So, I don't know if I'm going to share this video or not. I kind of just want to put it down record. So, yesterday, Oya made her appearance known that she has work to do with me. And my sister Temperance. Yesterday I was telling people about the ancestors are demanding justice. They're demanding that their stories be told. They're demanding that we feel their pain, that we say their name, that we recognize them, that we share their stories, no matter how heart-wrenching they are. All of this stuff is coming to the surface right now. All this stuff that's been hidden all these years from the general public, or just from people not wanting to know. So it's all coming to the surface right now because it has to be healed. Like this ascension, I don't want to say it can't happen if it's not healed, but just everything's gonna get healed. So it's probably gonna get really bad before it gets better. Just real quick, So yesterday, I was telling everyone that, share their stories. If you come across a plot of land that has heavy energy still, get out. Go sit on the land, take off your shoes, put your hands and feet on the land, build up inside of you that unconditional love. Think of something that brings you so much joy, and just when you're feeling that and exuding it, just push that energy into the earth. And imagine that you're clearing the land, okay? You're sending the whole land love. And I'll give you some videos later on how to help any stuck spirits that are still stuck there. Because these souls went through the most traumatic things, and a lot of them are still on these lands, and they need to be released. Like, stop going to haunted houses for 30 years and being like, oh yeah, it's haunted, it's haunted. It's time that we release the souls and send them back. Okay? So I'm telling people that yesterday. And then around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, my neck starts hurting so bad. It's hurting so bad right now that you see it's quiet in the house. I got up early before any of the kids. I couldn't sleep all night. I listened to thunderstorms on my phone throughout the night. Just because I just was feeling, oh yeah. So about 3 or 4 in the morning, I kind of woke up groggy, like looking around, and there was a spirit all in white standing by the bed, which shocked me awake. And, then they were gone. But I never went back to sleep after that. I just kind of laid there and asked, like, why is my neck hurting? What's going on, right? Well, yesterday when it started hurting, I asked, why is my neck hurting all of a sudden? I didn't sleep on it wrong. It wasn't hurting when I got up. It literally just started hurting out of nowhere in the middle of the day. I mean, like, it hurts so bad. I gave myself a massage, put oil on it, ran energy, like, done everything. Like, it's killing me. Like, I can't even move it. So yesterday when I asked, I see this vision. I wasn't going to share it, but I'm being told to speak my fucking truth. So I see a girl, 14 to 17 maybe, hanging by the neck from a huge oak tree. She has like an apron tied on the front, and her light blue skirt is blowing in a gentle breeze. And I'm like, the fuck? Okay. And then I start wondering, so I've seen probably about 8 of my past lives so far, and I've never been shown one during the times that the people were enslaved on American soil. I figure I probably lived one of those lives, I've been back and forth this whole time. Why wouldn't I? The fact that I haven't been shown that makes me feel like maybe I'm not ready for that yet. Maybe I had a lot of other healing to do before I took on that huge task. Because the healing and ancestral work that I do, I relive their pain. I feel what they were feeling at the time. When they share their stories with me, it is like it was me going through it. So I've always wondered when that lifetime's going to come up, and what exactly am I hiding from myself, So yesterday I just wondered, who is that girl? What happened to her? So it bothers me throughout the day, I listen to the thunderstorms at night. I wake up really early in the morning, and I cannot go back to sleep. And I know I'm supposed to get up. So I get up, I start doing my journaling, and my neck is just killing me, y'all. And I am just like begging, like, okay, y'all, like, I saw, I see, I feel, I understand the message. Can y'all please take this pain away now? Like, please. And I hear, you haven't seen what you were supposed to see yet. So I say, okay. So I go prepare a little area at my work desk and light. Hold on, let me see if I can show y'all. I don't know how to turn the camera around. Out of all my candles, this one spoke to me. So we lit her. So we lit her and meditated on the flame, put some oil in her, everything, whatever. Set up my protection, called on everyone to come and to show me and stand with me and show me what it was that I need to see. So there's a reason I listened to those thunderstorms last night. It was triggering memories. So that's where the story began. There's a storm, thunder and lightning, and we're looking for a light. I know we're looking for a light in the darkness. The mud is so thick If we had shoes, they've been gone. The mud is up past our knees. Like, I, you know, yeah. I realize I'm not alone. There is a man with me, and there's 4 smaller children. And I know we're running. I know we're running from someone. And at some point, there's a conversation. He's to take the children, and I'm going to divert so they don't get caught. And then the next vision, I'm next to the banks of a huge muddy river, just raging river, and I'm just crying. I'm just sitting there crying and waiting. And then I can hear horses and dogs. And then there was 4 of them. And the front one, he had a black hat on, big fat disgusting pig. And one of the other guys looked like his inbred little houseboy. I didn't really see the other 2's faces, but I know there was 4 of them. And he grabbed me by the hair and was dragging me back through the mud. You know, he's on a horse, so he's got a hold of me and he's dragging me. Then he throws me in, well, it's not, you get pieces that you got to put together. So then I'm in a barn. I'm covered in mud, rain, soaking wet. The straw is sticking to me. I'm huddled up in the corner of a stall, crying, freezing, praying that they got away. There's a big brown horse in there that seems concerned for me. Like one of those horses that pull stuff. Like he's really big. And then the next one, there's a light like shining through the barn on me. It's morning. And that big fat pig comes and gets me. And I didn't see him like, I mean, he was hitting me and stuff, but I didn't see him like, like beating me to death or nothing. But I wasn't saying nothing. I did not speak one word to that man. And eventually he realized I was not going to say anything to him. He was asking me, telling me, which way were they headed? And I think we were headed to Virginia. I don't know where that come from. Then he put a noose around my neck and told me if I didn't tell him, I still didn't say a word. So he dragged me out into the field where this big old oak tree was. You could see it from the house. I could see his wife in the kitchen at the window. There was two little white girls in white dresses playing in the yard with a little boy. And the oldest one was watching. She was watching. And him and that other little inbred thing, they just started pulling me up that old oak tree. But right as my feet started lifting off the ground, I see this huge angel. I'm talking about bigger than the oak tree, like huge. And as soon as my feet started leaving that ground, that angel scooped me up in its arms and lifted me with it. I never felt it. I never felt the pain. I never felt sorry. I didn't feel it. That angel saved me from that. And then I was still cradled in its arms, just going up, 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 and I could see the property, and I could just see that girl hanging from that old oak tree, and her dress just gently blowing in the slight little breeze there was. So then I started asking questions in my meditation. Like, all right, y'all, you can't just leave me like this, right? Let's fill it in. Who was I? What was I doing here? Who were those other people? So that was my daddy. That was my daddy and my 4 little siblings that I was with. So then I was like, where was my mom? Why are we running? Like, what's going on? Because on the property, like, I didn't see, like, a whole bunch of enslaved people. I didn't see anyone else. I saw us and his family. And I got the feeling it was, like, you know, after slavery had been abolished, but they were still, you know, whatever. So I got the feeling it was, like, right after that. And then I was shown my mom and my dad, and he was so in love with my mom, and the guy, everyone else had left. And so that fat, disgusting pig offered my daddy to stay on, and that they would have a place to live. His family would, you know, have a place to live. And he wasn't going to pay him, but he could sell some of the stuff, some of the crops, to make his own living, whatever, right? So my daddy took him up on it because he had a wife and 5 kids, and she was pregnant too. Mama was pregnant again. So he took him up on it, and we stayed there when everyone else left. Well, then Mama got sick. She was, it didn't have to do with the pregnancy, but she was pregnant again. And she got sick and died. And Daddy couldn't stay there no more. For whatever reason. So, I don't know. I got the feeling we were headed to Virginia. I don't know what the hell was in Virginia. Maybe I heard Daddy say that. I don't know. But when he told the guy we were leaving, the guy went crazy. Like, no, you promised. You gave me your word, all that shit. So, we had to sneak off in the middle of a thunderstorm. Because Daddy knew he would kill all his babies if he tried to leave. After they hung me, they just left me hanging from that tree. The storm had passed, and the sun, it was just warm and beautiful day. And it was like he wanted his kids and his wife to see it, or anyone else who happened by. But yeah. So, pay attention to, if you're doing ancestral healing work and stuff, pay attention to things like this. Pains that linger, but they have no cause. A bothering thought that keeps reoccurring. Go meditate and check in. And ask them, what is it you're trying to show me? What is it that I need to know? Because they will. And if you're new to meditating, find there's great past life ones and stuff on YouTube. Brian Weiss, Weiss. I did my first ever with him, and it worked the first time, immediately. So, find your videos, do your whatever you need to do to get used to it. And yeah. Thanks for listening if I do decide to share this. And speak your truth. Speak your truth and share with others what you're learning and what you're going through, because they need to know they're not crazy. They need to know these things that they're experiencing, they're not alone. Okay? Blessings, my loves.